Hello everyone, today I have a Tufted Headboard DIY. From Dollar Tree I purchased 13 pool noodles, 6 foam boards, a bag of marbles, some duct tape, a bottle of glue, a handsaw, and 8 of the 12 by 72 inch table runners in black. Using 2 foam boards, I glued the sides together and then reinforced it with duct tape. And I did this with 4 foam boards, and then adding glue to the back of the foam boards, I glued them together just to give it thickness. And then I used duct tape to go along the length of the foam boards just to make it stronger. Using the pool noodles, I marked every 3 inches. And then using a saw, I cut them. Now using my hot glue gun, I glued them to the foam boards. The table runners, on the edges of them, it was a triangle, so I just cut the seams. And using Fabri-Tac glue, I went along the length of 1 table runner and glued 1 table runner to it. And then I opened that up after it dried, and on each side of each one of those, I put the Fabri-Tac glue and added another table runner until it was 4 on each side, or 4 altogether. And when you opened it up, this is how it looked. And so making sure that there was fabric on each side hanging off of the headboard, I put hot glue in one of the pool noodles, the holes of the pool noodles, and using a marble, I pushed it down. And that's just another stick of hot glue that I'm using to push it down so I didn't burn myself. And then I skipped one pool noodle and went to the next, and that's the pattern that I used. And I added hot glue and then pushed a marble down into the hole. And that's the pattern that I used. And for the next row, I would skip the first one and then go to the next pool noodle. And then the next row, I started with the first one and then skipped the pool noodle. And that was the pattern. So it's every other pool noodle. And I just added the hot glue and used the marble to push it, the fabric all the way down. And here's where I had to add 4 more. I ran out of fabric, so this is where the 4 more table runners came into place. And all I did was add Fabri-Tac to the edges and then glued the other 4 that I had glued together the same way I did the first 4, so that it would be long enough to finish. And then I just continued with adding the hot glue and pushing a marble down into the hole of the pool noodles. And for the top of the headboard, I used a whole pool noodle and just hot glued it down to the top of the headboard. I had to use 2. So I cut one. I used one whole one, and then I cut one to the length that was left over. And then using a fabric tag, I just glued the fabric down to the back of the foam boards. And at the top of the headboard, I just gathered the fabric so that it would look nice. And it made like a triangle shape. And then I glued it. And then I used 2 more foam boards to cover the back of the headboard. And here's the finished item. I hope you like this DIY. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.